Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm a coach and a trance channel, and welcome to my series called Guided and Grounded. This is a weekly series where I invite forward the spirit guides to share a message with you. And then once they do that, they guide you through either a somatic experience or a meditation or some kind of a visualization exercise where they take the message that they just delivered and they guide you on how to turn in with it and look inside of you in terms of how that message is showing up for you inside of not only your life, but inside of your physical vessel too, where that energy is being stored and perhaps even avoided or suppressed in some capacity, so that they can guide you on how to witness it, shift your experience of it, and release it. So they're not only sharing wisdom with you and expanding your perspective and your sense of awareness, but they're also guiding you through a healing exercise alongside of that. So the way this works is I just close my eyes, I tune into whatever it is that they want you to know today, and the message tend to build on itself very slowly. So I'm gonna close my eyes and see what they want you to know today. Just give me a second. Okay. Before I record these, I meditate. And today it was really, really difficult to do that. I'm just feeling so much anxious, nervous, and fearful energy that I thought was mine. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't calm it down. And I get the feeling that it's not all mine and that I'm picking up on your energy and the energy of those who are watching this, or the just the I think it's more the collective energy of whatever it is that's surrounding us at the time that you might be receiving this, either the people directly in your life or the people that you're just observing collectively around you. And you, as a byproduct, might be picking up on that too and feeling this anxious, nervous, fearful kind of frenetic energy and taking it on. And it's kind of like moving through the collective. And so they just showed me this image of whitewater rafting and trying to go down the rapids and maneuver the raft. And the rapids are moving quickly, and it's a lot of uh, like chaotic energy and flow. Um, and you're trying to navigate this like current, and it's high intensity and it's chaotic. And that's kind of where they're starting with this message. Okay, what else do you want us to know about this? They're zoning in on the visual of the paddle for some reason of your hands, imagining your hands gripping the paddle, driving that paddle into the water, and in an attempt to maneuver and control the raft amidst these chaotic, rocky waters. And you're kind of twisting and turning the paddle, and I'm getting the impression that you've done this before. You know exactly what you're doing. You have incredible technique. You know how to maneuver the paddle, what direction to enter the water, what angle the paddle should be at, and you're using all of your force and all of your concentration, but it's not new. It's well practiced, and you're not necessarily scared of the situation that you're in. You're just focused, um, and concentrated. What else do you want us to know? And they're just showing this visual of you getting off the raft at the end of the rapids, and you're getting on the dock, and you're just kind of walking away. And there's this like celebration. The people that are meeting you on this on the dock after your adventure down the rapids are just like patting you on the back and celebrating, and you're feeling so proud of yourself and so happy for having done it. And it's just kind of this relief that it's over, but also lingering excitement. Like, I just did that. How cool was that? Like, I'm so powerful. I'm so strong. I'm so proud of myself. Like, what a great feeling. Feeling this pride inside of you. Okay, where are you guys going with this? This is the feeling. This is the feeling that they're trying to help you see that is available for you on the other side of this human experience. So when you cross over after this lifetime is done, that is how the soul views their earth experience. It was chaotic, it was rough, it was unpredictable, but you've done it before and you knew how to maneuver through it in this like expert level way where although you didn't know what the water was going to throw at you, you didn't know where the rapids were going to take you because every day is a little bit different. You've done it so many times that you knew exactly what you needed to do to make it through. And now that it's over, there's this celebration on the other side, and you feel so proud of how you handled it and of like being able to witness your expertise and your level of dedication and devotion and also adventure. And it was so, you had to really be focused in the moment as you were on the raft. But now that it's over, you can take pride in your ability to have that focus and your ability to have done it so many times that you just, you're this like boss. Um, and you love that, and you can't wait to go and do it again. Okay. Where are you guys go where are you guys going with this? Okay. So now they want you to settle in to, they're taking you into your physical body right now. And they want you to focus on your stomach area. A lot of the times these messages have a somatic component to them. And what I mean by that, by what I mean by somatic is that there's a physical sensation that they're wanting you to become aware of. And the reason for that is because we live inside of a physical existence, and everything that we're thinking and feeling has a physical reaction attached to it. And that is your indication of the energy that's flowing through you. Sometimes it's difficult to become aware of our unconscious thoughts. Sometimes it's difficult to realize or pinpoint what it is that we're feeling emotionally, but it's very easy to pinpoint the sensations that we're experiencing in the moment if you take the time to tune in and take a moment and like scan your body. And so when we can begin to identify and realize what physical sensations we're feeling manifesting from a belief system or a feeling, an emotion, we can begin to parse apart what we're feeling and what we need in order to release that and completely shift our energy. And that's something that you want. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. And so at this time, they want you to focus on your stomach area. And they're kind of describing this like pit in your stomach. You're nervous for something. there's something in your life that you are dreading, that you really don't want to do, or that you're scared of, or that you have trepidation around, and they just want you to be here with that for a moment and just breathe. You can think about what that is for you. It can be anything, something involving another person, something involving a work-related thing, a family-related thing. It can be a general idea of like a life path thing, or witnessing someone in your life going through something and it's affecting you, or you're not really knowing how to be there for them, or how to be there for yourself in partnership with them or in relation to them. But there's something in your life that is creating this like pit in your stomach. And they want you to be here with that right now. Okay, so I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. If you've been listening to this video and you're distracted and you don't have an opportunity to slow down and take a moment, I want you to pause this and come back to it. It seems like when I first started this series, it was always a message followed by an experience. It seems like they're starting to combine the two. So pause and come back when you're ready to really get quiet and have a moment to yourself to really sink in to whatever it is that they're wanting to guide you through. So I want you to get comfortable. You can do this seated or lying down, but I just want you to take your hands and put them on your stomach. And they're just showing me this visual. They're showing me this visual. You know the three monkeys, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil? They're showing me that visual, and specifically one with hands placed over your mouth, like this part of you that's been keep holding this in and unable to vocalize what you're feeling, or feeling afraid to, or feeling like you don't have a voice to speak it. This fear that if you were to express what you're feeling, you wouldn't be seen, you wouldn't be heard, you wouldn't be understood, and you would end up feeling more isolated and alone as a byproduct. And there's been this need to kind of keep it to yourself and suffer in silence out of the fear that if you were to speak about it, this dread that you're feeling would get worse, because you're already feeling alone in it, but you would be feeling even more alone in it, because you would feel like nobody has the ability to understand. So why talk about it anyway? And what they're saying is that this need to feel heard and seen and understood inside of what you're going through is coming from the part of you that needs to see and hear and understand it for you. And that you don't need someone else to see you in your suffering and to be there for you. In this moment, you're going to be there for you. And that's all that's needed. And it's not going to feel as isolating or as lonely when you can give yourself the space to move through it, which is something that you may have been avoiding doing until now. Okay, they just want you to breathe with this discomfort thinking about whatever it is that's causing it, thinking about it as the rapids. It's like this chaotic feeling of this swirling energy that you wish you could just navigate as expertly as you did on that raft. You wish that you could be on the other side of it already and be celebrating the end of it. But what they're saying is you can't get to the other side of it unless you move through it. There's no way to get to the other side of the whitewater raft adventure unless you choose to go through it. And you can't celebrate unless you do it. There's no celebration without the act of the doing and the moving through it in the first place. And what makes a celebration so special on the other side of it is how you see you and how you were there for you and how you leaned on you and trusted you throughout the experience of it. And that's ultimately what you're wanting is knowing how to be there for you, knowing how to expertly move and maneuver and guide yourself through this, whatever it is, this experience that's creating this pit in your stomach. And being able to feel like the expert, like you know what you're doing, and like you're going to get safely to the other side, but you haven't been able to fully anchor into that yet. That ability of that grounded, anchored self-trust. And so instead of being this confident person on the raft, you're hesitant and you don't trust yourself fully. And the rapids are scary as a byproduct. Okay, I see where they're going now. So it's about learning how to become this confident whitewater rafter that can navigate the ups and downs of your earth experience and of the emotions that it brings up inside of you from a confident place, from a self-assured place, from a place of self-trust, so that you can get to the other side safely and celebrate your return to solid ground. And they want to show you how to do that, how to become that version of you. And you do that by gripping the paddle with firm hands and confidently driving it into the water rather than hesitating and avoiding doing so. If the water are your chaotic emotions, digging in rather than hesitating and hovering above. Because when you dig into your emotions, when you move towards them, when you sink into them, like in the visual, how you were sinking that paddle into the rapids, you're more able to navigate them rather than them tossing you around. If you hesitate, if you avoid moving towards digging into the rapids, moving towards the rapids, then you're not gonna your raft is not gonna be as stable and the waves are just gonna toss you around and you're not gonna feel as in control. The waves are going to control and dictate where you end up rather than you being the one navigating them and controlling your direction and your focus and your intention. Wow, what an analogy. Okay, where do you want to go with this? So they just want to highlight that that's what this series is. This series, this guided and grounded series, is about teaching you how to be the master of your own inner world. And in doing that, being able to navigate and guide your way through to an endpoint that feels worth celebrating. Not celebrating that it's over, but celebrating how you conducted yourself as you were navigating it with this calm, confident, and focused, self-assured sense of self rather than panicked and nervous and lacking confidence and not being as um, driven and grounded inside of your sense of self and self-trust. And they're just saying, are you willing to be that for you? Are you being willing to be this self-assured version of you? And they're just saying, if so, allow us to guide you on the how. Okay, where do you want to take us? I think that's it for today. What about this pit in their stomach? They're saying you know what to do. You don't want to guide them through anything today. They're saying no. All they wanted to do today was reflect back to you where you've been afraid to, where you've been hesitant to, and where you've been letting the raft guide you rather than you being in control of the raft itself. They're saying that I've been releasing these videos once a week, and there's plenty of opportunity to go and watch them and dig into them. And they wanted to provide an explanation as to why that's so important and to recognize one, the discomfort that's still here, and two, the opportunity to go for it, to dig in and to become this confident, self-assured, self-trusting version of you, but you have to be willing to move in and towards. What else? Anything else? And they're saying faith is a big part of this. Faith that you're going to know where the rapids are taking you, faith that you're going to be able to navigate them, and faith that you're going to know when and where to get off, and that they're not just going to take you forever into the distance and you're going to be lost on the rapids forever. You're going to know exactly where to get off on the dock to solid ground, and you're more likely to be able to do it easily if you can navigate your emotions with ease. And the way to do that is to what? Allow them. The rapids are going to be there whether you like it or not. And it's your choice on how you want to navigate them. You're in the boat, you're in the raft. How do you want to be while you're on the raft? You're going to end up in the same place regardless. Is that true? They're saying yes and no, depending. The destination is not really what's important here. It's how you feel while you're on the ride. Yeah, the destination is the same. It's the other side. It's when the soul gets off the raft and onto the solid ground on the other side of it. But what they're saying is that that's not the focus for you right now. The focus for you right now is feeling differently while you're on the raft in this life, navigating this life. And if you want to feel differently while you're navigating this life, if you want to feel confident, if you want to feel self-assured, if you want to feel comfortable, if you want to feel empowered, that comes down to how you're willing to navigate yourself through it. And if you're willing to practice over and over and over again so that you can feel confident and comfortable navigating it, then that's on you. It's up to you to choose that. And you choose that by taking the time to. And if you're not going to take the time to, then you're going to experience the rapids very differently until you make a different choice. And they're saying that the celebration on the other side will still be there for you. But what? But your experience and getting there will be different. Anything else you want them to know today? Okay, now they want to take you in. All right. So they just really wanted to take some time to explain all that first. So we're going to close our eyes again and get comfortable. And they want you to place your hand on your stomach once more. And they want you to come back to the energy that's here, that's creating this pit, this dread, this frustration, this anger, a lot of rage. Wow. And they just want you to allow it, feel it, let it be there. And they just want you to picture yourself as a rock in the water amongst the rapids. And the rapids are moving all around you, and it's all of these emotions that are swirling all around you. And you're just there, solid and anchored and unmoved by them. The water, the rapids, the emotions, they don't mean anything about you. It's just water. It's just energy moving through and around you. The water is energy and your emotions are energy. And you're just there, solidly anchored, unmoved by them, and just observing them as they wash around you. And just let the rapids of your emotions wash around you and be there to allow them to. And just breathe, thinking about all of the things in your life right now that suck, all of the things in the world that suck. Thinking about how uncomfortable it is to feel the suckiness of it all and letting that just be okay. And as you're this rock, allowing the turbulent waters of your emotions to move around you, do you notice that it's a little bit enjoyable? Is there some part of you that feels this very strange enjoyment of that? The idea that all of these emotions can be here, but also not affect you at the same time. If you picture yourself as just this rock, allowing the energy to move through you, just observing it, seeing it as energy, just other people experiencing their life, and you're feeling their energy, and their energy is shitty, and it's making you feel shitty too. But if you're just here, just letting it move through you, does it feel empowering in some way to know that it can be here? And if you're allowing of it to be here, it doesn't affect you as deeply. And that there's something empowering about that. There's a strength in that. And They're just showing me this visual of the raft, an empty raft kind of moving down the rapids, and the rapids are now getting lighter, and they've kind of turned into a river. And that's what happens when you allow them, when you can observe them without allowing them to affect you. They don't mean anything about you. It's just energy, it's just emotions moving through you. They soften and they turn into this calm, gentle river. And that's ultimately, the guides are trying to say, that's ultimately the goal of this, is to, when you can allow the rapids to be here, they dissipate and you just ride the wave until it's done. And on the other side is this calm, serene space inside of you that you couldn't access when you were being tossed around by the rapids because you didn't want to anchor into them fully. But rather than taking you away and losing yourself inside of them, they just calm down on their own. And that's ultimately what they want you to witness inside of any experience of your emotions, is the ability to take a moment, become aware that they're there, just give them an opportunity to be felt and breathe, and know that they don't mean anything about you. It's just energy moving through you, and you're just observing it. And when you can become separate from your emotions and not one with them and just the observer of them, then they won't carry you away. You'll be that solid rock grounded inside of your sense of self as they just move around you. And then eventually they calm and they soften and you become this river. Is there anything else you want them to know today? They're saying, yes, be the river. But the way to be the river is to move through the rapids first and not be afraid of where they're going to take you, because ultimately where they're taking you is a calmer, more serene sense of self if you can allow them to be there first. What else do you want them to know today? They're just saying that they want you to tune into your body right now and tune into a memory of you that felt extremely peaceful. A time in your life where you felt fully at peace. And just allow that peaceful energy to be felt inside of you. And they want you to witness, once you can let this peaceful energy sort of trickle and take over, and really sink back into this memory and feel the peace now that you felt then. It's like warm, light, loving, maybe exciting, but exciting in a different way. Exciting in like a deep way. And they just want you to feel the contrast between the chaotic emotions that were there before and the peaceful and serene ones that are here now. And they want you to observe how you were able to call them both up according to where you focused your attention. First, you focused your attention in the pit of your stomach where all of the rage and frustration and anger was. And so you began to feel those emotions moving through you. And now they want you to recognize how when you call up a memory of a time in your life that was peaceful, you can access that peace now. And so it's all a matter of where you focus your attention. That is then going to be elicited within you too. And that is part of your ability to feel confident and self-assured as you navigate this earth experience is knowing that you're always in control. It's just a matter of where you focus your attention and that you can control your experience anytime you want to and feel self-assured inside of your ability and knowing that you can do that. Okay, what else? They're saying that you create the river that you experience. And the choice is really up to you. You can be navigating the rapids of life, either through hesitancy or in a self-assured way, or what? Or you can understand how to call up the serene river and allow yourself to float inside of that energy instead. And sometimes you will know how to pick and choose your experience by simply calling it up and allowing it to be here. And sometimes you will fall into one experience or the next because you're just allowing that experience to dictate how you're feeling. And one is not good or bad or right and wrong. It's just having the awareness that you can experience all three, knowing how to navigate the tumultuous rapids with confidence, allowing the tumultuous rapids to toss you around, or picking a serene river to be experiencing. And ultimately, having the experience of all three is going to give you the knowledge and the wisdom of what each one feels like. And once you're willing to feel what's possible for you, all of the different possibilities of self-expression, then you can decide in each given moment which one you want to be experiencing. And that is how you master your sense of self, recognizing what you're feeling, recognizing that you have a choice to change your experience, and knowing how to navigate that. And they're saying the choice is yours and the power is yours too. Anything else you want them to know? They're saying, yes, choose wisely. Why? Because whatever you choose dictates your experience of you. And as a byproduct of that, you create meaning of who you are and your sense of identity and what? And sometimes you call it luck, sometimes you call it fate, sometimes you call it choice. But ultimately, it's the experience that you're allowing yourself to have and that you're creating within you. And what? And the celebration of you on the other side is being able to witness the journey that you had regardless of what it was? And and by proxy, can you celebrate it now rather than waiting until it's over to do so? Can you celebrate the journey that you're on, the path that you've chosen, and begin to master your sense of self so that you can see how empowered you can truly be while you're on this journey and celebrate your ability to consciously make that choice while you're experiencing it? Oh my God. They're saying that that's ascension. Ascension is becoming aware of your conscious choice and shifting your experience in order to have a new one, rather than allowing your experience to be dictated by the rapids themselves, that you become the guide on the raft, picking and choosing your route rather than allowing the rapids to toss you around and be the one that is not in control of their journey, but sort of like a passenger of it. Well, this took a direction I didn't expect. Is there anything else you want to say? And yeah, they're saying play. It's play. It's all play. Mastering your sense of self is play. The universe is your playground. Go play. Don't take it so seriously. It's just an opportunity to better understand you and how much power you truly hold in terms of how you experience this expression of you. That's it. Is there anything else you guys want to say? All right. They're just beaming at me. Okay. This was really interesting. So this was, I guess, this was more of like an explanation of how they wanted to shift your perspective of what this work really is and what's available for you inside of it. Anything else you want to leave them with? Just saying reflect. Reflect on this, reflect on um how this mirrors how you've been showing up and operating inside of your life. And don't be afraid to ask questions, to get curious, and to play. Thank you so much for joining me inside of this guided and grounded experience today. Please leave a comment below on what your thoughts were about this today. It was a slightly different type of an experience today. I would love to hear from you. Like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of it. And I can't wait to see you next week and to tune in what they want you to know again next week. Thank you so much. Bye.